This is the Yo Podcast reaction to the Dallas Mavericks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Game 5. So, wow. I mean, the game itself, not even close. They fought really hard Game 4. And Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas came out with big energy. It's almost like Dallas came out with the energy that I kind of figured Minnesota would come out with, and then Dallas would have had to match that energy. But it seemed like maybe the experience, I would say, of Dallas came into play today, because they came out haymaker. I mean, Luka in the first quarter was brilliant. Had 20 points. He basically outscored Minnesota by himself. And then Kyrie said, "Okay, my brother, I see what you doing. Let me jump in the game and put my little mix in here." You know what I'm saying? So I know they say you don't like multiple chefs in the kitchen when you cooking, but hey, them boys put that recipe together today.
Yeah, they did. Like, there was a lot of things that I seen, like, from a basketball standpoint of what they did. I see what the Timberwolves was trying to do. Get the ball out of Luka's hands at the top of the key with the whole run and jump man double rush blitz type of thing. And then you got Lively that made the right choice, right? All you got to do, he did it 3 times, right?
Yes.
All you got to do, Luka pass mid, Lively look opposite.
Yep.
Always open. And then the shooter just got to make the shot, and they made the shots. Then the crazy part is that was 3 different shooters every time.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they shot a nice percentage from the 3, Dallas wise.
Yeah.
What do they say? Over 30% is a good.
Yeah, over 35. Over 35.
Yeah.
There's a really good one. They actually shot 44. They were 15 to 34.
Tough.
Yeah. Tough. Yep, definitely. Far as the rebounds, they actually got out rebounded. But who needs rebounds when you're making shots?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who needs those? Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Dallas won the rebounding standings 45 to 41. Very, very close.
It was close the whole series, the rebounding battle. But Dallas would be the one ahead on those. Not sure about Game 4. I would probably have to give that rebound edge to Minnesota, but that's null and void now. Gentleman's sweep, and Dallas proved that they had their number. Actually, they had 2 of their numbers, and it was 77 and 11. That was it.
Yeah. Here's another interesting stat. On the plus minus, every Dallas starter was a plus, and every Timberwolves starter was a minus.
Tough.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I thought that Cat came out, had established himself well. He picked himself up from a game. He picked off where he left off on Game 4, right? But then he got the whole
plummeted.
Then he started shooting, and then he saw one go in, and then he shot another one, and it just got worse from there. But he played aggressive. He had 28 points. You can't be mad at that.
Well, we can kind of.
Can be mad at that, but
he had 29 on what?
28
27
on 20, 28 on 20 shooting. 28 on 20 shooting, and then Anthony Edwards had 28 on 18 shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they shot.
And he had 12 on boards. I mean, for not having any help in the department of like your role players, like I mean,
yeah,
Rudy's good on defense, but I mean, when he playing offense, he really, I mean, anything that you get from Rudy offensively is like it's a bonus.
True.
It's a bonus, and I mean, defensively, he only had 5 rebounds.
Ouch.
He only had five rebounds total.
Ouch.
No blocks, and he had one steal and 2 turnovers. He was a minus 23.
That's terrible. DPOY.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now that goes. I want to go back to a take I had in a previous video where I said take out everybody that's not named Kyrie. And, well, I said Anthony Davis at the time, but obviously I meant Anthony Edwards. But take out Kyrie, Luka, Edwards, and Cat.
Right.
And it's going to be the battle with those other players. And Dallas was way superior on those other players because you got a guy like Lively that didn't miss a shot the whole series. You got a guy like Gafford playing like he's the defensive player of the year.
Yeah. He did.
I mean,
he did.
And then Jones is doing what he did. And then who is this other guy? Hardy. Shout out to Hardy. Like, look up his numbers. He comes in off the bench, ready to go. And I think he took some of Hardaway Jr.'s minutes because he was more productive with his minutes than Hardaway Jr. was with it.
I mean, Hardaway. Well, if you mean he's more productive with his minutes, well, Hardaway Jr. did not play tonight.
He did not, and I think in those previous games, what Hardy was doing was the reason why.
Well, Hardy didn't get a lot of minutes, but he was really productive with his minutes. Like he had 8. He only played 8 minutes, but he had 7 points. So that's productive. And I know I get on him a lot, but man, PJ Washington showed up. He hit a couple shots.
Well, he was like 3 for 4 or something.
He was 2 for 5. He was 2 for 5. Yeah. He was 4 for 9. He had 12 on points, but like the thing is that he had 2 steal, 7 boards. I mean, that's
in tune.
You're right. Yeah. So I mean, you got the defensive player of the year and the 6th man on the same team, and you have a elimination game, and neither one of them show up. They both combine for pretty much the same points and rebounds as PJ Washington.
That hurts.
Yeah, tough. Very, very tough. And then you have...
You know what? I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like we have gut-wrenching stats right now for an elimination game. It's like gut-wrenching. Like, oh my.
It's tough. The thing about it is, the thing that I seen with Denver that got exposed with Denver is that they had no ball handlers. They had a lot of shooters. They had no ball handlers. So when you push the shooters off their spot, they're not going to be as successful as they would be. If you make a offense start higher than what they should, it's going to throw everything off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yes. Your timing, your positioning. Yeah.
Because if you remember, they did that whole run and jump thing to who was that? Murray?
Murray.
Or who?
And it was Murray at first because Jokic started bringing that ball up.
Exactly. But you're not gonna like McDaniels had Murray in a straitjacket like a couple games.
Yeah.
He had him in a straitjacket a couple of games. But then when you have a ball handler like Kyrie and Luka, and you got you have a perimeter defensive player like McDaniels, he had 5 fouls in the third quarter.
In the third quarter.
And I want to say
another gut wrenching.
And then I want to say the one guy, McLaughlin.
No, something Alexander or something was his name.
Yeah, like Alexander. No, Alexander didn't get that foul. They didn't have a foul. Like that McLaughlin dude was playing defense on Kyrie coming off the bench. Hold up. Man, he had 5. Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I looking at this right? No. I'm sorry. Just scratch what I just said. But the Alexander guy, Walker, he came in.
Yes.
And, I mean, he had 14 minutes. I mean, he had no points, 1 assist and 2 steals. I mean, and he had a foul, but so.
Did he even shoot the ball?
Yeah, just twice though.
Oh.
So then,
all right.
So here is the question that I got for you and everybody else out there.
What's up?
Going forward, what does the Timberwolves have to do to be more successful in the playoffs and go further?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big question.
That's pretty big.
Do we move Conley? Do we move Conley for maybe like another score? You know what I mean?
Maybe. Wow.
I mean,
that's really hard. Yeah. That GM really do. I mean, yeah, their front office really have some decisions to make. I don't know who would, contracts, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. I'm just saying, let's just go with what we looked at today based on that and what's possibly could come in. It's a weak draft to me.
I mean, you're not getting you make the playoffs that like deep. It don't matter if you got the best draft class of NBA history. No players are going to get that far down.
You're not getting anything out of a draft.
Right. So
free agency wise, but man, I mean, wow, that's just trusting if you can reload.
I mean, you're like gonna have your 3, well 4, because like they got re-signed.
Edwards, Cat, Gobert,
and
Nas Reed.
Yep,
we're gonna have them back for sure.
Yeah, you'll have them back. So, with your starting point guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only playing 21 minutes and only giving you 2 assists.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, we might have to look in another direction on that.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy like Trae Young can help. I don't know, but he's a defensive liability.
Yeah, I don't like Trae Young, man. Like far as like on their team.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But they do have to look at getting like you said, a more productive point guard, ball handler, scorer type of guard.
Or like even if they could get like a decent spot up shooter to like come off of the bench, that'll work too. Because like shooting, like their 3-point shooting really bad.
I got one. I'm glad you mentioned that because that dude Anderson,
Oh.
Lord have mercy.
He got a hitch in his giddy up.
Good dude.
Man,
Dude,
oh my goodness.
You're open for a reason, my guy.
Yo, just imagine trying to shoot with him on 2K.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. That's yeah.
His free throw.
That's gonna be tough. You remember how fast you used to have to release with Sean Marion?
Oh my goodness. You remember how slow you had to release with Shaq at the free throw line?
Oh Lord.
You gotta wait till his knees bend. And you ain't even look at his hands. You just watch until his knees bent. You took like a
good luck.
So
yeah, guys like that. I mean, Anderson
got defense though.
I was gonna say defensively he's cool, but I mean, right now we're trying to build up our offense.
Right. Well, I mean, you got the number one you have the number one defense in the NBA, but you suffered too much on the offensive end.
Yeah, because we can't score.
Yeah, you can't score because there's going to come a time where you can't stop people because it's just how the league is. It's just going to come a time where it's just like the offense is just too good. And when you got a backcourt like Kyrie and Luka, I mean, right.
That's a tough 1-2 punch right there. Luka once again has Gobert in front of him. I swear he laughed while he was dribbling the ball, and I think the only reason why he passed it off because he couldn't believe that this was happening again.
Yeah. Oh boy, you're right about that. So, man. So with the Timberwolves, they put up a great effort. They played hard.
For not getting swept.
Yeah, for not getting swept. I felt like at times Dallas was out there shooting heat check shots.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so like, but see, like for me, okay, personally, if I'm a coach, I want my team to play like they're in a close game the whole way through. And like not let them get a little run in because like you're like, oh, let me see if I'm still hot. Like the one, if you remember Kyrie got the and one and he came right back and then he just chucked one real quick, but then he gave up the and one, the and
the other way.
So like Nas
Reed. Yeah.
I don't like that little situation.
I don't like that. And he's in his in his defense on his defense on that play, Lively was supposed to close that gap.
True.
Because when Nas put the ball down and spun, Kyrie just swatted at it. But if Lively just would have came up, you know what I'm saying, just stepped over.
True. That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. So going forward, we have Dallas and we have Boston. We'll take a few days. Let me see. I think maybe like Tuesday we'll do a review on the pre-championship game 1, giving our thoughts and opinions. Come back with some home like work done. You know what I mean? Do some like studying on the matchups and see what we see. And we'll give our opinion on the series, the NBA Finals. And then on Thursday is when the game starts, right?
Thursday is game 1. Got a week.
Yeah, so we got a whole week. Gonna do a little homework over the weekend. Come back on Tuesday. Give you our thoughts on the championship, and then after game 1, we will come back with another video. So we will have 2 videos next on week. That sounds good, G.
Sounds wonderful.
So, man. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Game 5 with the DAYO Podcast, giving our reaction for the Dallas Mavericks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Western Conference champion. So you guys stay safe, stay blessed.
Hey, yo.